Conference will now be recorded.
Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 18, and the Governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Sturbridge Planning Board will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information in the general guidelines for remote participation can be found on the town's website at www.sturbridge.gov/town-administrator/pages/how-access-virtual-meeting. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to listen and/or watch the meeting, either online via the town's on-demand video broadcast, on cable television on channel 191, or dial into the meeting at 774-304-1455, enter 1428# for the meeting number and 12345 for the access code. This phone number is only active for the public during the public meetings. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post audio and/or video recordings, transcript, or other comprehensive record of the proceedings on the town's website as soon as possible after the meeting. So for tonight's meeting, I've called it to order at 6:30. We don't have any A&Rs. At 6:35, we'll have a continuation of the site plan review public hearing for the Pilot Travel Center at 400 Haynes Street. At 6:40 p.m., we have a request for a waiver of site plan from STL Group, LLC, for 423 Main Street. Following that, we'll have the town planner update, then old business and new business, and then adjournment. So it looks like we've got maybe 2 minutes before 6:35. So we will, I don't know, Gina, if you have anything you'd like to talk about for the next 2 minutes before we open up the public hearing again?
You could do the minutes.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I missed that. Okay, so we would like to then do the approval of the minutes of June 9th. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes?
Yes.
Yes. Any questions, comments, changes? If not, can I have a motion to approve them?
Charlie? Hold on.
Yes.
Charlie? Page two, just a spelling correction. Right in the middle of the page. It says, where it starts, the board discussed the following, the first bullet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The risk.
Yeah, it should be risk, not right. Good. Any other changes or corrections? If not, we'll take a motion with that correction.
So moved.
So moved.
Sue?
Sue. And Russell second?
Second, Russell.
Okay. Yeah. Sue, how do you vote?
Yes.
Payne? Payne, vote yes for the minutes. Jeff? Yes. And Chris? Yes. Russell?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Very good. Well, we still have another minute according to my little clock here on the computer, so we'll just hold on for a sec.
I can just remind you all that the annual...
Okay.
I could...
We can open the public hearing now. Reopen it. Jane, do you want to update us on what's going on?
So I can just remind you that the annual town meeting will be held on June 29th, which is Monday. Masks will be required, and I guess the auditorium will be set up for social distancing. So we have a lot of our zoning articles on the town meeting, so just a reminder on that. And have another second? So we've approved 15 restaurants for outdoor dining, and we no sooner got that approved and the governor opened it up for indoor dining. So you can now dine indoors at limited capacity and outdoors. So I think most restaurants will keep both, because then it gives them a little extra capacity. So we're encouraging everyone to eat, dine, and shop local. Help these businesses out that have been closed for a long time. And
Very good, thank you. Okay, so we will now reopen the public hearing on the 400 Payne Street. So do you want to give us an update, Dean, on what's going on with that?
yes, so since the public hearing, we've made significant progress in Pilot has worked to revise their plans consistent with the some of the comments from our peer reviewer, and has been looking at some of the issues raised by planning board members. And we are in the process of reviewing revised plans. Actually, they're finishing up their revisions, and then we will be reviewing those. It is our goal to have completed materials and a review by June 30th, we are hoping, so that I could get you a report by July 2nd before I leave for vacation. The Conservation Commission has continued their public hearing until July 7th, and I'm recommending that we continue the public hearing until July 14th. And Brad Alsop is on the meeting with us this evening, and I don't know if he has anything he'd like to add to that, but he is in agreement with the continuation.
Yeah, Gene nailed it on the head there. We're working to get through all the comments so that the next set of plans that come into you guys will be inclusive of planning and conservation and DEP and DOT comments, so that it's a complete set that hopefully everybody will be very happy with and can be approved at those hearings, conservation on the 7th and planning board on the 14th.
Very good. Okay, well, thank you very much. Could I have a motion then to continue the public hearing for Pilot Travel Center until Tuesday, July 14th at 6:35 p.m.? Yes, Russ.
Just one quick question. Will they have the approvals from the DOT for that new driveway? By that date?
I'm not 100% sure that the ink will be dry on the paperwork, but the comments that we got back, I think it was actually yesterday, were that the new driveway that will be, I'll call it the middle driveway, will be approved, and they want us to take the existing car driveway, which is the one that's furthest to the north, if you will. It will become an exit only, which works fine with the flow of traffic. Works actually very well.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, Charlie.
No problem. Any other questions from anyone? Okay, if not, could we have the motion then to continue the public hearing? So moved. Jeff.
Second, Sue.
Second, Sue. Okay, great. Very good. Sue, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dane? Dane, yes?
Dane, we can't hear you.
Good. Jeff?
Can't hear you, Dane.
You can't hear me?
No, Dane, we can't hear Dane. I see him nodding his head, but we can't hear him.
Hi.
We'll take yes, Dane. That's fine. Jeff? Yes. Okay. Chris?
Yes.
And Russ?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Brad, for being here.
Thank you all very much. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, Brad. Good
Great.
night.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is the request for a waiver of site plan at 423 Main Street for the STL Group LLC. Gene, do you want to go over that?
I just want to see is anyone from STL on the call?
Yes, my name's Matt Payne.
Matt? Okay. Hold on, Matt. Let me just change you. Okay. So Matt is on the call. I am going to share my screen and put up the plans. Matt was unable to log on through the computer, so he's on through the phone. So I'm going to put up the plans for him, and I'll let him know what's up here, and he can explain to you what he wants to do. Janae, how do I minimize this part? Can I just X that?
No.
No.
This? No.
This? Yes, there we go. And I can't see the people now. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I seem to have lost all of your faces, but here's my screen up here. So, Matt, up on the screen, I have the site plan for 423 Main.
Perfect.
Sorry, they're cleaning the bathrooms.
My name is Matt Payne. I'm going to propose a project on behalf of SPL Group for the project at 423 Main Street. The current use for the building used to be 4 retail spots and 1 residential. We're proposing to put in 4 artist studios and 1 residential. The artist studios consist of people who will be living there, writers, painters, and website designers, etc., who will conduct work from where they live as well. We have.
Can I, Charlie? This is Jeff. I just had a quick question. Could the presenter just? It's a little muffled, and I'm having difficulty hearing. Could the presenter maybe move his mouth away from the mic? That might help.
I'm sorry. Is that better?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
So we have experience in constructing these art studios a little further down on Main Street. We recently completed one under a year ago, and I found that there was a high demand. So what we're proposing is 4 artist studios in the 23 and 1 residential. If you're looking at the screen, site plan, it's a very tight site plan as far as the entrance to the driveway, and parking is limited, but we were able to fit 10 spaces in the proposed parking lot. We also designated a no storage area and a trash removal area. We do intend to pave the existing gravel parking lot. We'll most likely, with the timeline of construction, we will get to that during spring of 2021. So in the meantime, we will delineate the parking spaces with pavers so tenants can still understand where to park. In addition to the driveway, because it is narrow, we will be installing stop signs and go slow signs at the entrance of the building for tenants to be reminded that the access to the building needs to be slow. As far as the building itself, it'll be a complete gut renovation. We'll be installing new electrical, plumbing, heating, fire and sprinkler systems. I think if Gene can pull up the floor plans, I can explain the layout.
Matt, do you want me to show the interior layout now?
Yeah, please.
Okay, there you go. I've got it up on the screen.
Okay. So the first floor of the main building, the larger one, will consist of 2 artist studios. These will be 2 of the smaller artist studios. And above that will be the 1 residential unit. And the wing portion of the building will feature the 2 larger artist studios. The exterior for this building, obviously it will not remain red or the wood siding that is current. We will be siding with a double floor colonial siding with a white finish. The shingles will also be for the interior. The finishes of the interior, we do have photos.
Yep.
Pull those up now.
I'll bring those up now. These are photos of the project that they just finished a little further down on Main Street. I'll just scroll through the photographs here.
The aesthetic of
Can you see
the
that?
proposed units at 453.
Something happened.
Okay. We've got technical difficulties. Let's wait a second.
Collapse. That. Yeah, there. What is happening?
I don't know. You can't see that?
No. It said that the presenter had left the meeting.
The presenter left the meeting.
The organizer, yeah.
Is everybody still on the meeting?
Yes.
I'm here.
Who is?
Yeah.
Russell is.
All right. I seem to have lost the ability to put those pictures up, and I can't find your faces. But, wait 1 second. What if I just stop sharing? How come I can't get to the people?
What's it say when you do a pull down here?
Oh.
Is the drawing taking up your whole screen, Jane?
No, it's, can I close these?
Yeah. Yeah, it's frozen on that screen.
It's frozen. This?
Yeah.
You've shared. Okay. What's this? Share something else. Okay. Can you see that? No.
No, it's, you might have to go out and come back in.
How am I gonna, I'll lose everybody in the meeting.
It'll last 60 minutes without you, so you probably won't lose everyone. And hopefully you go back in. You go here. Yep, we're still on. It's fine.
You're on?
Try to go back in.
Just go in through here
Yeah.
in session.
Nope.
No.
Oh, it real froze.
What do I do?
Um,
Refresh?
Yeah.
I seem to have frozen up on the
Might
computer.
have to end and everyone might not even
I
go
might,
back in.
I hate to say it, but I might have to end and have everybody log back in.
That's okay.
Because, yeah,
Yeah, you're completely frozen.
I'm completely froze. I can't do anything.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, sorry about that. I'm gonna log out. Matt, you might be able to stay on the call. I'm not sure.
Okay. If not, I'll call back.
Okay. No, I'm completely froze.
Wow.
What am I supposed to do?
You have to restart your computer. If you click close on this.
Yeah, it's not doing anything.
Ooh, Control Delete. Task Manager. There it goes.
That's not great.
That was weird.
Yeah. What am I gonna do if it doesn't start? Is everybody still on there except for me?
Yes. Sue
Yeah,
is
we're
here.
here, and we can hear you, Gene. In fact, it did say there the town of Sturbridge is presenting, so I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not saying that now.
All right, so my computer crashed, but if, maybe I can't share my screen any longer, but can you all still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so.
Yeah, we can hear you now. The drawing is still up with the layout of the first floor.
Okay, so I was trying to put up the photos of the interior, which for some reason it crashed my computer. So I had sent those all to you via email, so hopefully you all got a chance to look at those. And
Yeah, they look very good.
Yeah, I can just describe what they'll be if you guys already received this picture.
Where was the location? You said that was on Main Street where those renovations were already done?
Yeah, those were from 5 Fruit Street and 541 Main Street.
541? Very nice.
Thank you.
supposed to be.
We lost.
Did we lose Gene?
No, right here.
I'm here, Charlie, sorry. Got bounced out again.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
So, I mean, we've seen the pictures. Is there anything else we need to see on the layouts? Or do we have the drawings ourselves? Does the public need to see any more?
No, really, that's really it, is, you know, the main thing was the parking plan, show that there's sufficient parking on site. So just kind of an overview. I don't know if, how many of you will remember, but this was actually part of the original Basketville retail shop that when they sold the main building to Dr. Restrepo, they left this as a separate building, and it's been on the market off and on for many, many years now. And it's been a very difficult building to be able to get somebody to want to rehab because of the very limited parking and the very narrow driveway. So we have worked with the applicant, we've met out on the site, and we believe with all the signage that he's planning to put up to direct the tenants, and the other fact that it will really only be the tenants and their guests utilizing the driveway and the parking lot, we think it's probably the best case scenario that we could hope for this building. So we've sent the application and plans out for staff review, and no real concerns were noted. And I would recommend that we waive site plan review in this instance because the proposed changes will not substantially affect the existing drainage, vehicular or pedestrian circulation patterns, or the other criteria provided in Chapter 25. And as Matt noted, they would like to pave the parking lot, and they will need to go to the Conservation Commission, file a notice of intent, and then he's aware of the requirement to come back to us when they get ready to pave so that we can make sure stormwater management regulations are met. So with that, that's about all I have. I'm still trying to reconnect, but I'm glad you can all still hear me.
No, that's fine. That's very clear. Very good. Russell, do you have any questions?
Just a couple, Charlie. First, I want to compliment them on taking on this project. It has been an eyesore for a long time, and I think it'll, after seeing what they've done to the other buildings, certainly will be an improvement. One question under the order of conditions, Gene.
Yeah?
On number 5, it says, any pavement or changes to the parking lot will require a notice of intent, and on the plan it shows an additional 2 gravel parking spots.
Oh.
So they don't need an NOI for that?
He'll have to follow up with Becky on that. I know she had said in her memo that as long as they do not add any gravel, so they may not be able to add any gravel in that location right now. The entire parking lot is gravel right now, so we'll have to make sure that we talk with Rebecca before they do that work.
All right. Because it does say expand the parking lot, so.
Okay.
On the plan we have. So just that note. And I noticed on the application that they checked off permits for water and sewer. Obviously, if I recall, there's only a 3/4 inch water line coming into that building. And obviously it's going to increase the sewer discharge with that many apartments. Has that been taken care of?
Yes, it has. So DPW and Veolia have both met them on site, and the existing connections are going to be used. And they'll be getting the appropriate permits from
That's all?
DPW.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have, Charlie.
Okay, great, Russ. Thank you. Chris? Any questions,
no
Chris?
questions. No question.
Okay, great. Jeff?
No questions.
All right, Dane?
No.
Okay, great. Sue?
Yes, I have a few questions. Now, we're calling them artist studio apartments, and as you look at the plan that is laid out here, if these are going to be individual units, you're going to come up the stairs, go through someone's office, go through their studio before you can enter the other office. Correct?
No, there will be separate unit entrances for each unit. The plans that you also have right now were just a quick sketch, but I can guarantee you each unit will have its own private entrance.
Okay. And so are we going by the definition of artist studio that we have in our bylaw?
Yes, we are. Which I have that.
Can you explain that?
Yep, I sure can. So in the commercial tourist district a few years ago, we had added some different permitted uses to try to get kind of a mix of uses and try to encourage arts and culture. So artist studio is defined as a place of work for an artist, artisan, or craftsperson, including persons engaged in the application, teaching, or performance of fine arts, such as, but not limited to, drawing, vocal or instrumental music, painting, sculpture, and writing, and may include the dwelling of the artist. So these units would meet that definition.
Now, these units, are they going to invite the public up to see their work?
No,
Are they going to be retail in any way?
no, not at all. They're just their live-work studio space. There wouldn't be
Live work studio.
right. There wouldn't be sufficient
Okay.
parking to open it up to retail in this location. A lot of times you would do that, but in this situation, the parking is extremely limited.
Okay, because in our bylaw, how it speaks of violin and, music lessons, vocal lessons, etc. Somebody's going to come in and take a lesson from the instructor, correct?
They could take a lesson from the instructor, so a one-on-one instrumental lesson would be different than opening it up to retail. So each unit has 2 parking spaces, so somebody could have somebody come in for an appointment, but they wouldn't be able to open it up to retail because there's just not sufficient parking.
Okay. And with all this new construction, is the Americans with Disability Act taken into account?
For, Matt, maybe you can speak to that a little more, but for private residential units, I'm not sure how much that applies under the building code. And Matt, I don't know if you can speak more to that.
I believe our architect will draw plans to be compliant with everything, and once submitted to building department, will meet any requirements.
So we're
Did you-
considering all these units living units.
Yes,
People will be living there.
yes.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, the parking, I know there is a note on the rendering about when you deal with residential within this district, different rules apply, correct?
What do you mean,
See?
Sue? I'm not,
Like, on the bottom of, let's see, what is this called? The project zoning information, one of the maps that you have, the printed map with the aerial view,
Yeah?
and, okay, and it says parking schedule,
Yes.
and at the bottom, it says, note, properties within the commercial tourist district shall not be required to comply with the current parking requirements for the continued use for the same or similar use.
Right, so that is a provision that we have in the bylaw. However, for the residential units require 2 parking spaces each, and there are 10 on site. So this site will actually comply. I think the engineer was just putting all the notes that pertain to parking and commercial tourist in the parking
Correct.
schedule block. Yep.
Okay. Has this project been to design review yet?
This project is a residential project, so it would not go before design review. And the only thing that would go to design review is the sign, similar to the other 2 units that they just finished.
Okay.
Design review.
Yeah, because I just wanted to ask for the colors and all, that it fits in nicely with that beautiful area that's been developed down there. And I saw that you're going to, Matt, that you're going to put in white aluminum siding or vinyl siding of some kind, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. What was the other thing? The driveway. I don't understand why that's being delayed. If this is going to be for public, this is going to be residential housing, multifamily residential housing.
Typically, with the construction going on,
Yes.
we wouldn't be able to pave it or towards the end of the project as it is.
Weird.
And that is basically going to lead us to the end of this upcoming winter and spring 2021. So to expedite our construction process, we're going to apply for the notice of intent later.
Okay. Because I recall that I want to welcome you without any problems. And I just want to make sure that other committees have been informed of your coming and have reviewed the information. Even though it's residential, it's sitting in commercial tourist. And so, Jean, this is pretty much what I'm going to ask you. When we talk about the narrow driveway, and I did see it, and I know that in the past we've had to be very sensitive to emergency vehicles being able to get in there to assist, be it fire or ambulance or whatever. Mm-hmm. I wonder about that safety piece.
So this application has gone out just like any other application. It's gone to police, fire, conservation,
Right.
health, building, and DPW. And no concerns were noted by any. In fact, fire department was out on site at the site visit, and no concerns were noted.
All right, we'll leave it like that.
Great.
But I see that Rebecca has made the comment so that so Matt is all set to, work with the Conservation Committee.
Oh, definitely. Yes, and that's why the paving is not happening right now, because he'll need to file a full notice of intent to do the paving of the parking lot.
And is there any way at that time, Matt, that you know of, that it could be widened, the driveway could be widened to do away with? No, you're saying no, Jean.
No, that's all the
Is it
land.
property line?
That's all the land that goes with this property. That's as wide as
Okay.
it gets. It's 12 feet wide at the widest point.
Mhm. And at the most narrow point?
Well, 12 feet, I guess, would be at the most narrow point there.
Okay. All right.
All right, well, thank you, Sue. And I have no questions, Matt, it looks very good. Can I have a motion there to waive the site plan approval with the conditions, number one, that the artist studios shall only be rented to those tenants meeting the definition noted by the bylaw, The second, that all state and local zoning bylaws, building codes, and other regulations must be adhered to. The third, that all other necessary permits and approvals must be obtained prior to the start of construction. Number four, that all necessary plans and reviews must be provided to the building and fire departments for review and approval prior to beginning construction. And the fifth, that any paving or changes to the parking lot will require site plan approval and notice of intent. And could someone make a motion then to waive that site plan?
So moved, Jeff.
So moved. Yep, great. Second?
Second.
Okay,
Second.
great. Is that Chris? Yeah?
Yep.
Good. Okay, Russell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Dane?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Very good. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you. Good luck.
All right, have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Okay, so next we have the town planners update. You've already talked about the annual town meeting. We're all set on that.
Yes, so
You want to go over anything else?
really just to let you know, our next meetings are July 14th and August 11th. We'll stick with the, one per month for the summer unless, we need to add extra meetings. If we do, then I will let you know. But right now, it looks like the 14th and the 11th will be good.
That sounds great. Very good. Anything else?
Just I will be on vacation the week of July 5th, but Janae will be in the office. And then just for the public,
Great.
we
Very
are
good.
open on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 to 2, and other times by appointment only now.
Great. Very good. Okay, next we have old business. Russ, any old business?
No.
Chris?
I just had two quick questions. With regards to the outdoor dining, Gene, is there a time frame on those as far as when they can start and when, like how long it lasts, or is this just indefinite at this point?
At this point, we don't know the end date, so I would say as long as the social distancing requirements are in place, I would see this continuing. I don't know what happens when we get into colder weather if we're still in this situation. So, phase 2, part A and part B kind of opened quickly, one right after the other. So I think we'll have to wait and see what phase 3 brings.
Okay. And then my other question was just, I noticed the town meeting on the 29th is, we can attend it in person. Is it safe to assume on our July 14th meeting we'll be back in person as well?
No, the governor gave special, I'll say, instructions for towns to hold town meeting, but still has limited the gathering size of all other functions to 10 people. So I would say in July, we'll probably still be meeting this way. Unless, if something changes, I'll certainly let you know, but right now I would plan on a remote meeting.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very good. Thanks, Chris. Jeff, any old business?
Nothing.
Okay, Dane?
No.
No? Good. Sue, any old business?
No old business.
Okay. Sounds like you have new. Do you have any new business, Sue?
No new business.
Okay. Dane?
No.
No? Okay. Jeff?
Nothing.
No? Chris?
Nope, all set.
Hey, Russ? Any new?
Nope, all set.
Okay, great. Very good. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll accept a motion then to adjourn.
So moved, Russell.
So moved. Sue?
Sue, okay. Sue, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Dane?
Yes.
Yeah. Jeff?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Russ?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Very good. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thanks, you
Have a
too.
nice
Thank you.
one. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Sorry for the technical
you.
difficulties.